so like negative and depressed and stuff like that, it's because, you know, you have nothing to look forward to hope for. The moment you get paid, right? You it's like payday is completely meaningless. You know what I mean? That paycheck doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't have no meaning. It's gone the moment you get it. That's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to get your paycheck. You work hard, you get your paycheck, right? And you can do what you need to do with it. And doing what you need to do with it doesn't mean paying your bills and being stuck in the same place your whole life and not going nowhere with yourself. You know what I mean? And then having kids, and when they start making moves that are actually working for them, you start getting all envious and jealous of your own damn kids. That's that kind of crap I'm talking about. I was taught growing up the old-fashioned way, save your money and all this other mess. Save your money, save your money, save your money. And it's starting to really dwindle on me that saving your money, it ain't gonna cut it no more. It's just not. If you want to be able to pay your bills, right? Have your car paid, do all your bills and stuff, and actually be able to enjoy life, which you were meant to do. You know, you were meant to enjoy your life. You weren't meant to just be miserable. You know, you older generations have normalized this idea that you gotta be miserable like everybody else. No. But there comes a point where you got to do things within reason, and that's what I really want to talk about right now. You know, you want to get to a point where you can afford your living expenses, afford your car, afford everything you got to do, and still have leeway money so that you can enjoy your life. You have to have balance, like I said earlier. It can't just be all about your bills and all about your this and all about your that. You have to balance it out. Yeah, you have to, you know, in this economy, your bills are practically taking up 100% of your damn check, and that's wrong. You know what I mean? The way it's supposed to be, the way that the government could sustain itself, especially, you know, when are people going to realize that these federations that are running that are running the world are just taking advantage of us? You know, when are you going to wake up to that? You're being taken advantage of. You know, if the government cared about you so much, you wouldn't be as miserable as you are right now. Nobody who cares about you wants to see you miserable. You know, oh well, you don't understand. There's the Senate, and there's the this and then that, and there's this and then that. I mean, come on, like, do these people hang out with people like us? No, they don't. They don't hang out with people like us. These people who run these senates and legislation offices and all this other mess, all these government people, they don't hang out with the rest of us. They only hang out with each other. They don't care what's going on with us as long as we're obeying them. That's all they really care about. Oh, they care about us. They care about us. If I cared about somebody, the last thing I want to see is them be miserable and not be able to enjoy their life and live their life, especially if they've been working for me and they've been, they've been doing, putting in everything they got for me. You know, if I was a leader in a country or something, I'm not gonna borrow money that I know I shouldn't be borrowing. I'm not gonna put my citizens in a position where they're practically slaves to me, and I got this bill in the front of their face that's like $2-3 trillion in debt, this bill that they can never pay off, and force feeding it down their throats over my dumbass decisions, and now they gotta pay for it. You see what I'm saying? That's not something somebody who cares about you does. If I can't borrow money, I'm not borrowing it. If it puts my citizens at risk, I'm not doing it. You see what I'm saying? That's what a real leader does. They don't put their citizens at risk for some selfish goal or greed or whatever, or for some stupid movement that doesn't even involve the society as a whole. You know what I mean? You got all these movements out here that they think they're making a change in the world and stuff like that. All these movements out here, they go against each other in a way, like being conservative or liberal, or anything that involves stuff like that, right? It's like you're turning the citizens against each other. They're so focused on that bullshit, then they feel, the citizens fail to realize that that they all have something in common. And what's something that all the citizens have in common is that they all work hard. They have to go to work. They have to, pay their bills. This is something that we all can relate to. It doesn't matter if you're a conservative. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal. It doesn't matter if you're this. It doesn't matter if you're that. It doesn't matter what you are. If there's something that we all can relate to, is the fact that we got to get up every day. We got to work hard. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to pay our bills and all this other mess. And then we have nothing left for ourselves at the end of the day when we're done. Nothing left. And that's not the way it was when you were growing up. That's not the way it was when you were growing up, when you were in your 20s and the 80s and stuff like that. The only downside of being in those times is you didn't have the internet. You didn't have access to so much information like you do now, right? But the thing is, like, this is what I'm saying, is like, these old-fashioned ways of doing things, save your money, work hard and save your money, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna cut it anymore. We have all this information now because of technology. We're grateful. Thank God that we can connect to each other now. We can share our opinions with each other. We can share what we think. And some of the stuff that some of us say it's just a fact. It's just honesty. Why do we have governments who are making decisions and we don't even have a say in what they decide, right? And then it's like living in a household where you're paying all the bills, right? You're paying all the bills, you're paying the water, you're paying the gas, you're paying the electricity, right? And someone else inside that house is like telling you what to do and like basically taking charge. Someone who shouldn't even be in charge is in charge. This is why I'm grateful for this upcoming generation. I'm like, this might sound crazy, but I'm thankful that this upcoming generation is stuck up and entitled. I'm grateful that this upcoming generation is this Gen Z social media generation. I'm actually grateful that they are the way they are, because something needs to fucking break already. You know what I mean? You're not gonna just build this system and play this fantasy world with the entire human race that we all gotta be miserable together. We all gotta pay our bills and be fucking miserable together. Let's all hold hands and be miserable together. It's a God-given right that you can work hard, right? Let's go back to 1850, right? People, it was easy to get a job. You know, you fill out a paper